everyone, welcome to SheaRants for Horror and Supreme. Today I'm talking about Boy Kills World. I watched this yesterday because I just felt like watching it because I was going to watch The Crow later. And I was wanting to watch some kind of Bill Skarsgård movie since it wasn't the remake of The Crow, which I'm sort of excited for, but I'm still sort of up in arms about because, you know, what happened to Brandon Lee during the filming of that just kind of makes me be like, why are you making a remake for it? Come on. But yeah, and with this, Boy Kills World is a dystopian action thriller directed by Maurice Moore. The film stars Bill Skarsgård, and it is a load of fun, so let's get into it. So as I said in the intro, Boy Kills World is a dystopian action thriller directed by Maurice Moore. The film stars Bill Skarsgård as Boy, a deaf and mute protagonist with a vivid imagination. Following the brutal murder of his family by a corrupt post-apocalyptic dynasty, Boy embarks on a path of vengeance. And the plot really follows just this guy who is just out for vengeance. Like, it is similar to The Crow, which is why I just did decide to do this today, because I did The Crow the other day, and, you know, Bill Skarsgård, Crow, and all of that stuff. But, yeah, and I really do enjoy this movie. So, for one, the story begins in a grim post-apocalyptic world where Boy, played by Bill Skarsgård, is orphaned after his family is massacred by the Van der Kooi family, led by the deranged matriarch Hilda Van der Kooi. This traumatic event, though, leaves him deaf and voiceless, and driven by a need for revenge and guided by his inner voice, which he imagines as a character from his favourite childhood video game, he is taken in by a mysterious shaman, and the shaman trains Boy to become an instrument of death, repressing his childhood imagination and making him into a huge, awesome assassin. As Boy grows into a lethal warrior, he is unleashed just as Van der Kooi's decide to initiate the annual purge of the people they don't like. It's literally just a purge. They call it the culling in this, but it's just a purge. And Boy's mission is to dismantle their regime and exact revenge for his family's murder. Now, talking about the movie for a minute, because let's separate from the plot for a second. I loved the acting in this. Bill Skarsgård, man. He is amazing in this movie. He delivers a really good performance as Boy, who is deaf and mute, but we do get to hear him actually speak in his head, where he is also speaking to the, I guess, imaginary ghost of his dead sister. We do get to see that in this movie. And then we also get to see a few other things in this movie. We get to see just a load of awesome characters, which I'll get to later. But yeah, the actress who plays Hilda Van der Kooi, Famke Jensen, the main antagonist of the movie, she is amazing in the role. For a minute, I thought that it was Neve Campbell, but it's not. Okay, if you think that, you're dumb. Which is why I know you're dumb, because I'm dumb. But yeah, going back to the plot of this movie, though. During his quest, Boy aligns with a group of resistant fighters, including characters such as Benny and Basho. And together, they aim to overthrow the oppressive Van der Kooi regime. Now, I gotta say, these two characters in the movie were hilarious. They were probably some of my favourite side characters. Because it's also just kind of a twist immediately, because when this guy says, hey, help me, break my chain and let me escape, we'll be a team. I was like, well, he's going to run away. He doesn't run away. He actually helps for a bit. He does cart things. And then when he goes, yeah, I'm part of the resistance, I thought he was just lying and it was just going to be him and his mate. Which, yeah, it is just him and his mate, but he is actually part of a resistance which was killed. Also, his mate, Bashao, he says the most random stuff ever. I don't even remember exactly what he says, but just watching this movie will have you confused with him, but it's also just sort of comedic relief, kind of. And I do enjoy that bit. The film, though, it definitely climaxes with Boy infuriated with the Van der Koois, And he ends up in their stronghold, which leads to a series of intense and bloody confrontations where he picks off the Vanderkoys one by one, and he ends up being captured for the culling. Now, this culling is basically just the purge, but it's broadcast on national TV for everyone to watch. It's like this big event that everyone likes watching because they've sort of been brainwashed into thinking it's a good thing. And then, just in case you thought it wasn't already dumb enough, it gets dumber. Because when he's in the culling, Benny and Bashal appear again because they just sort of disappeared at this point. He went into the mansion and killed a load of people, and then he captured into the culling. They reappear. Benny is just as a goat, and he's actually partaking in the culling. I'm guessing he killed the person who was originally going to be in there. And then when he's about to, like, bash Boy's head in with a giant hammer, he kills all the guys around him. It's a really bloody sequence. I do really recommend watching the movie, though, not just watching the review, because it is a really, really good sequence, and it is a really good movie. And yeah, while he's there, his journey is marked by an elaborate fight sequence to avenge his family. Despite the chaos, Boy's inner voice and memories of his family guide his actions, and it sort of just blends his violent reality with the remnants of his lost innocence. And then the twist happens, which I did not see coming. I saw half of it coming, okay? So, there's this character, played by Jessica Roth, which I gotta say, amazing performance. And she's sort of an enforcer of the Vanderkoys. And the moment that I saw her take off her helmet, I was like, she looks a lot like Boy. I bet they're brother and sister. That's his long-lost sister, who she didn't actually die. But I was just sort of confused, because, like, no, I definitely saw her die in the opening. Maybe I'm just being dumb. But I'm like, no, they're definitely brother and sister, because they haven't killed each other off yet. And they haven't killed her off, because, of course, Boy is our main character. They can't kill him off, but they haven't killed her off yet. And then, it turns out that Hilda Vanderkoy is his mum, and he was actually kidnapped by the shaman, who cut off his tongue and made him deaf by, I'm just going to use scissors as an example, I'm not actually going to shove this in my ears, but he used like a boiling hot bit of metal and shoved it in his ear. It's just a really disgusting sequence. And I have got to say, that's one of the things in this movie which kind of, like, threw me off, because I was like, Jesus Christ. Like, when they showed that, my mouth was open on the floor for about 5 minutes straight, because I was just trying to process it. I was like... And it's just insane, that bit of the movie. I was not expecting that twist at all. Like, that's some really good storytelling there, and it is really, really well done in that point. Like, well done to the director and the team behind this movie, because that was a great twist. And, I mean, after that twist, we're actually shown what happened that day. His family wasn't killed. His mum had him kill the shaman's family. Like, geez, what a bloody disgusting twist. Like, I don't know where they were going with it in the first half of the movie. I was like, this is a bit all over the place. Then it all comes together in the end. It actually really works. I really enjoyed it. And then, just to finish off how awesome it is, the ending of the movie's great. They kill their mum, because she was a horrible person anyway, like, deserved. And then, they have this awesome fight sequence with the shaman, and they kill him. And then it ends with them going to an arcade, and it's them as kids again, and they're both playing the arcade together. It's a really nice sequence. That's pretty much where the movie ends, though. I really do enjoy this ending of the movie, though, because it is really, really well done, and I just love the story. And yeah, that's Boy Kills World. It combines real-world themes of loss, revenge, with a highly stylized visual approach that draws from graphic novels and video game aesthetics. The film is really good in some points, however it does sort of drag on, and I did kind of see the twist coming from a mile away. But besides from that, I do really recommend it, because it is a lot of fun. It's kind of like John Wick, but not John Wick. It's like John Wick if it wasn't John Wick, and if it was this deaf and mute guy who had like his family killed. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. What do you guys think about Boy Kills World? If you have seen it, let me know in the comments below. If you haven't seen the movie, I do really recommend it. It is a lot of fun. If you are going to see the movie, buy it. Don't pirate it. I don't know where I was going with that, but that's a good message. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. Subscribe to the channel and like the video. Until next time, bye bye.